You join me in my 2012 Volvo C30 R-Design, and I am just looking for a piece of paperwork that details some work that's been done to this car before I bought it. TUV papers for the coilovers. We have the water pump that I replaced for the auxiliary heater. Some tires, some more tires. Here we go, this was done before I bought the car. Here we go, this looks interesting. Repair of rust left wing, 1,200 kroners, which is 120 euros, which I don't know how you would get someone to fix paintwork for 120 euros, but I mean, somehow he did it. Keep in mind that the guy that owned this car before me, he worked at a Volvo dealer, so a lot of the stuff that he had done to the car, he got like very good prices on it. And he still paid 470 euros to get, or thereabouts, to get the auxiliary heater fixed just 2 years before I started doing a lot of fixing on it too, spending another 2,000 euros on the auxiliary heater. So I mean, those auxiliary heaters are just not good. And here we have another body or paint shop thing, which repair of damage and some paint work is, which I'm 90% sure is the driver's side door. So rust repair on the door. So that's that. And this is the interesting one, because here you can see he's paid about 300 euros to have that door repaired and painted, which I believe, since there's no other paperwork here, that has to be the door which was painted. In the listing for the car it did say that the door had been like repainted because of rust, but unfortunately for me that repair was not done very well, because I noticed already when I was buying the car in the listing, I did see that there was some color difference on around the door handle compared to the rest of the car, but I didn't think too much of it, because it's like you really need the correct lighting to see the difference, but there is a difference and you can see it. Apparently the work hasn't been carried out properly, I would say, because the door has started rusting again around the door handle. So I could either go and have someone fix it for me, which would be probably in excess of 1,000 euros, or I could try to do it myself, which worst case scenario is that it doesn't look as though it's been done professionally. But I still think that's a lot better than just letting the rust sit there and eat away at my door until I don't have any door left. And even if I do a bad job at painting or like making it look good, as long as I have a good foundation, at least the car won't continue rusting. So you can always like sand it down and repaint it, but you can't regain lost material to rust. So the sooner I paint it, either myself or have it done, the better it is regardless. So even if I do a bad job, it's still going to be a lot better than if I did nothing. For me, this car is, I really want this to be a forever car. I genuinely want to have this car for the rest of time, basically. So even if I do a bad finish now, I'm still going to be preventing the rust from spreading and eating away at the door, which as long as I stop the rust, I can, like 10 years down the road, I can have the door painted professionally, and it will be, I mean, there's not really too many things that can go wrong here, as long as you take some precautions and do something like at least halfway proper. So I'm going to give it a go. It's probably not going to be perfect. I don't expect it to be. I mean, I know that it won't be perfect, because I'm not going to do things the correct way if you wanted to just have it be perfect. Pretty much because I don't really have the tools and resources necessary to do that, or I could just spend a lot more time and buy more clear coat and more stuff to do it better myself. But for now, I just want to stop the rust and have the car be like presentable from a distance. So I guess I might as well get right to it. So at this point I've already peeled off the loose flakes of paint for the most part, and you can see that the rust is actually looking quite bad, so it's a good thing that we're finally getting rid of it. So first off, I'm just gonna focus on sanding down all of the rust, and then, though I didn't document it, I did use some filler in the areas where the rust had been, just to make sure that I had a nice smooth finish on my prep work. When laying down the primer, I wasn't much concerned with getting any hard lines in the paint, because you can always just sand it down, since you're going to put a base coat over it anyways. So just now I didn't focus much on blending the paint, though I probably should have done it anyways. In general, this is just not the correct way to do spot repair. It is a way to do it, and it's not going to... You're never going to get a perfect finish doing it like this, but as stated previously, I'm not looking for a 100% result right now. Though in hindsight I probably could have done a better job than this. When laying down the base coat and clear coat, I did use this blending tape to try and blend the paint a bit, but I don't think this is the correct way to use this blending tape, so forgive me for that one. Or not, it's up to you. I also should have done a better job at masking just around the edge of the sunk in part of the door, but oh well. Obviously what I really should have done here is to blend the base coat into the door and pretty much re-clear the entire door, or somehow use a blending spray to blend the clear coat as well. But I was a bit hesitant to re-clear the entire door using a Rattlecan 2K clear coat, because I just don't know how good these 2K clear coats are compared to the factory clear coat, so I didn't want to put on something that's worse on the entire door just because I'm repairing this spot here. And I would have also had to use a lot more clear coat and base coat for that matter. All in all, this is going to give me a usable result. What I didn't consider when doing this job was whatever color those guys who fixed this before me had used around this door handle, because obviously, as you can see, it's not a perfect color match on the previous repair. And so when I now come in with something that's more similar to the original color, and then also create pretty hard lines with the rest of the paintwork, you can really see a contrast between where I've painted and where the previous repair was, because as you can see, there's a lot more like yellow or orange in the previously repaired area compared to the actual original paint color, and also the paint that I had color matched to my car here. So of course this result is definitely nowhere near perfect. We all can see that. But I also think it would have been a lot better if it hadn't already been repaired once before with a bad color match, which it obviously has been. So, but it is what it is, and from a distance you really can't tell at all.